We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross, you have redeemed the world. We're going to talk today about Stations of the Cross and how you can spice up your stations a little bit and give you some different ideas to incorporate the Stations of the Cross into your life, into your family, into your home. The Stations of the Cross portray a picture story of the pain and suffering Jesus went through for us from the time Pilate condemned him to death until he was placed in the tomb after dying on the cross. It has been a Catholic tradition through the centuries to meditate on the way of the cross so that it becomes our way of life. The pictures are unique in every location that we see in churches, but no matter what the station looks like, they always represent the same story. From the beginnings of the church, the followers of Jesus spread out to surrounding nations and told others about him. Many people from other lands became Christians in this way, and sometimes they would travel to Jerusalem to see the places where Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection took place. The Stations of the Cross, as we know them today, developed for people who could not make the journey to Jerusalem to visit these holy places. People all over wanted to feel the same closeness to Jesus, so they created shrines showing these holy places in Catholic churches and holy places throughout Europe and eventually the whole world. So the most traditional way that we do stations is by attending them at your local parish. And that is a great way to spend time with your parish community and family and do the Stations of the Cross, which are traditionally done on Fridays during Lent. For many years, I had littles and we weren't able to attend stations at church. We have throughout the years attended them, but we found a way to incorporate stations into our home and do them as a family, and it's become really memorable. So I want to share some of those ideas with you. So we change it up each week. So each Friday we kind of do something a little bit different. And we don't actually do them every Friday, but we shoot for that and do the best we can. If you have little kids in your home, something that works really great is actually printing off some Stations of the Cross color sheets and letting them color them while you're doing the stations, or you can have them color them and then actually hang them up around your house and have the stations represented just throughout your house. You can have them all throughout your house, and then you can just stop at each station and visit each station. And then the kids are more invested that way and gives them something to do. Now, if you're looking for resources, there are plenty of resources of how to do Stations of the Cross, and all you have to do is read them. There are some great book resources that you can do, that you can order online or visit your local Catholic bookstore. Something else we have done is we have watched videos. So you can go on YouTube and you can pull up a video of praying the Stations of the Cross. We also have listened to CDs with the kids that walk through the stations, and we don't need to do anything except for just listen and let the kids color. So we hang up the pictures that the kids have done through the years. And as my kids have gotten older, we've kind of graduated to some other pictures that I've just obtained on our journey, and we'll hang those throughout the house and meditate on them. The neat thing about it is if you hang up the Stations of the Cross, you can leave them up all through Lent, and then your whole Lent journey, you have that reminder of what Jesus did for us, walking the stations. We can visit each of those stations along the journey of Christ's journey. You don't need anything fancy or any of the resources that I'm showing you to do Stations of the Cross in your home. And you know what? Stations of the Cross are for anybody, any age, any stage of life. Stations of the Cross can be prayed and meditated on in your home. And we'll link a link for you to click on, and then you will have the Stations of the Cross, so you can just enter into praying them at home. But one of the easiest things that we have found at home to make Stations of the Cross very meaningful is to use candles. And so what we do is, you can see I brought some from home, and these are just our candles at home. And when we first started doing this, I gathered 14, so there are 14 Stations of the Cross. So I went around our house and I grabbed 14 mismatched candles. I had, tall candles, we had tea lights, we had some pillar candles. So we had this mismatch of 14 different candles. And then as a family, we would go through each Station of the Cross, reading, praying, and meditating on each station. And then we would light a candle with each station one at a time. And what that showed is it just brought this beautiful presence of Christ into our home because he is the light of the world. Now what we do on Good Friday is we flip it around and we light all 14 stations of the cross by candle. We pray each station one at a time, and then after each station of the cross, we will have a kid snuff out one candle. So one by one, after each station, we're snuffing a candle out. And finally, we end in darkness. And this has been really meaningful for our family to do on Good Friday because it reminds us of how Jesus entered into the tomb and there was darkness that covered the whole earth. And it really helps us enter into those final days of the Easter Triduum, which is the end of Lent. So these are just some fun ideas that you can maybe try and incorporate with your family. We love using the candles. And like I said, you can do it if you're alone, and you can do it at any age. And then as our kids got older and during quarantine time, we decided to make our candles a little bit more fancy. And we ended up printing off a Station of the Cross on just a white pillar candle that we got from the dollar store. And then we Mod Podge a picture of each station on there. So now on Good Friday, we also then will take out the corresponding candle. So we'll have a picture of the station that we use and meditate on with the kids. And then we light the candle or extinguish the candle at each station. If you don't want to use real candles because you have littles, you can certainly use the battery operated little tea light candles, which are easy for little fingers. You don't have to worry about any fires starting in the home. And those are equally as fun for kids to turn on. But another really neat way to pray the stations is just visiting any Catholic church anytime that they are open. You are so more than welcome to just walk into a Catholic church, and every Catholic church will have Stations of the Cross posted usually around the worship area. And you would be so welcome to just stop in anytime. You don't even have to bring anything with you. If you walk up to each of the stations, start with number 1, just walk to each station and just look at the image of that. That can be your prayer of Stations of the Cross, just meditating and just walking through that. So these are just some fun ideas that you can do at home to spice up your stations and get to do them whether or not you can go to church or you want to stay at home with your family making some memories and meditating on the Stations of the Cross.